Hi guys, so we're down here in the shop. It's Monday. It is flipping hot. I think the heat index is like 106, and so we're already wore out and we ain't even got started. All we did was walk out of the house, but you know, that's part of it. It's supposed to cool off a little bit tonight, so hopefully wherever you guys are at, it's not that hot, or if it is, hopefully it's gonna cool off for you guys tomorrow. Hang on just a minute. Go, get, go on, hush, go, get. So the other night we failed to make the race, which that's part of it. You know, that's late model racing. I mean, we go from being pretty decent the week before to not even being able to get out of our own way the next week. We started off the night, we qualified, or we hot lapped 7th quickest overall out of, I believe, 36 cars that was there. Then we went out and qualified 7th in our group, put us starting 4th in the heat race. They took the top 4 straight to the main. You know, where we qualified and where we started, I felt like we put ourselves in a pretty good situation to make the race straight from a heat race. All we had to do was finish where we started, and unfortunately we let that slip out of our hands. Had to go to a B main, and you never want to go to a B main. B mains are always wild and things happen and all that. So, you know, it's unfortunate. We led a couple laps, and then, you know, this car seems to be very tight on the bottom. And once I'm tight on the bottom, it kills me coming off. And, you know, everybody was telling me to get in the bottom, stay in the bottom, and that's what I was trying to do. And by doing that, I felt like we hurt ourselves. You know, I think if I would have just ran my line and where I stayed, I might not have won the B main, but I think we'd have at least made the show. So, you know, that's one of them things we got to learn and move on from. We can't dwell on that. We did get the car back home, and yes, these sipes are pretty aggressive cut. This is a fairly old tire. We bought it back at the beginning of the year, but it still had good edges on it, so we ran it. This is the tire we ran 2 weeks ago at Talladega. Well, the whole set of tires was a set we ran 2 weeks ago at Talladega, and you know, it didn't hurt it 2 weeks ago, but then this past Saturday it started chunking out. You can see there it started peeling apart. Like I said, I know it's cut aggressively. We was in a B main. We had to do something, and you can see there's the left rear. Once again, I mean, it's cut aggressively. You're in a B main. You got to make something work. You got to try something. You got to do the best you can and give it all you got. So that's what happened. I don't know. You know, I don't know the tires coming apart. I don't know if that affected us any as far as making us worse than what we really was, but obviously it didn't help. But anyways, we're gonna try to get in here and get this thing washed. Try to get it done pretty quick because it is hot, and really don't want to be out here all night messing with it because I am whooped. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get the tires rolled out, get them washed up, get them cleaned up, then get the car pushed out, get it cleaned up, and then mop and sweep the shop real quick before we put the car back in, and we're gonna go from there. Appreciate you guys watching.
All right, guys, tires are rolled out. Ride's getting them washed. First step of wash day. All right, he's only got 2 more to go. We got all those washed. And we'll get those put in the trailer and start on the car. All right, guys, so now he's getting started on washing the car. We'll get out here in just a second and help him out, so you don't have to do it all by yourself. Tell me this isn't the cutest thing you've ever seen. Dad just helping Daddy wash his race car. Wash day is easily her favorite day of the week. mixture of concoctions. But this time all he used was Pro Glow. He sprayed it on with just a sprayer and then let it sit for just a second, went behind it with a pressure washer, and it's just like melting off. You'll be able to see that in our TikTok video. We'll have that coming out pretty soon. If you're not already following us on TikTok, it's the Rock Ledge Rocket. It is really hot out here. I don't sweat, and obviously I'm sweating, so you know it's hot. But yeah, Pro Glow, you can get it at Day Motorsport. You can get it just about, I think, anywhere. But we can also order it for you if you're needing some. We're a Performance Body and Day Motorsports dealer, so if you're in the market for it, reach out to us and we'll get you some coming your way.
I thought it was popping during the race because the header gasket blowed. We found that after the heat race.
The header gasket?
The header gasket, yeah.
Right. Now what's it doing?
The header gasket is blowed on that side.
Yeah.
It's not blowed on this side, so.
Right, and now it's popping out of the right side and the flames coming out of the right side.
Popping on this side and a flame come out the right side, so.
And it's running rough.
Obviously there's something going on there.
Which Logan said he thought we lost a motor, so.
He did. I mean,
it changed too. I mean, the tune of it sounded different to other people too.
And it very well may have could have been down a cylinder before we ever started, because it was popping in when I pulled out there to buzz the tires. So.
Right.
I don't know.
All right, guys.
That's something we're gonna have to investigate.
So I guess it'll come out and go to window, huh?
I mean, it'll definitely come out for sure.
Well, it's gotta come out regardless. Topless motor's going in.
Right. But
so I mean, I guess best case scenario is right now, because we don't need it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But this thing is coming out anyway, because we are running the Topless Outlaw race next weekend. We're off this coming weekend, but we'll be running the Topless Outlaw race next weekend at Talladega. And then I think we may go to Buckshot sometime in there, and then I think it's September 20-something. We got to go back to Smoky Mountain for the makeup of the Topless Outlaw race. So we should be running this motor for the next month. We shouldn't run this motor until the end of next month, which is when Hunt the Front Series comes to Talladega for the Super Race. So they're looking at it, trying to see what. Gonna take it apart in just a little bit and see if they can see anything. Take the headers off of it.
stainless headers cool off pretty quick.
They're beautiful. Alright, so obviously we have more issues than we thought we did. That could be some of our issue very well. But we'll get this thing, we'll let it dry for a little bit, and then we're gonna get the shop mopped up, cleaned up a little bit, and then we'll get the car back in. Alright guys, so they took the rear cap off, cleaned all of that, made sure it wasn't none of that, pulled the valve cover off, and made sure that no valves or nothing like that were sticking. Everything was good there. We blowed a head gasket on the left side, and then he went to pull the header off. You couldn't see it on the right side, but it also blowed a header on the right side. Blowed it out the top of the left one and out the bottom of the right one. So blowed a header gasket on both sides. That's why it was popping and making all kinds of noises when we crunk it earlier after he washed it up. So that's best case scenario. Blowed header gaskets is much better than something wrong with the motor. So that's that. That's what we found so far. And the guys are still working on it. Brad's on the phone with Brandon, telling him what's going on so that he can relay the message to Wendell. And we'll go from there. We'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. So here's the header gasket blowed out the bottom there. And he's pulling this one off here. We'll show you what it looks like in just a second.
Alright guys, so we're finished up wash day. You saw, I think Dallas showed you where we thought we might have had an issue there, but it turns out it was just a header gasket on both sides. We normally don't run header gaskets. We normally run silicone for that reason right there, but we were making sure that those headers were going to fit and everything was going to line up, and we knew we was going to run that motor there for the most part. So I just went ahead and stuck those header gaskets in there last week instead of silicone, and obviously we had an issue with the header gasket on the right side. So what's weird is it bloated on the bottom of the gasket right there, if you can see. Normally it blows it up here right in the center, or my luck, it blows it on the top anyway. So anyways, good thing it's just a header gasket, nothing major. Our plan is still to get that motor out. We're not racing nowhere this weekend. We are going to race Talladega next weekend with the Topless Outlaw Series, and that'll be our next race. After that, not 100% sure where our next race is after that. I know we've got Smoky Mountain sometime, I believe September 23rd. 22nd or 23rd, something like that. We'll be back to Smoky Mountain with the Topless Outlaw Series for the makeup race where we was up there and it rained out. So we do plan to be back up there for that. And then after that, we're not really sure. I think, unless something changes or comes up, the next time we'll be running the Super Late Model engine will be when the next time Talladega runs Super, and I believe that is the Hunt the Front race. That weekend they're supposed to be there, and I know it's a Friday. On the schedule it's showing a Friday and a Saturday night show, but I'm not sure if they're going to be there both nights or if they're just coming Saturday. I think Friday's the Jerry Goodwin Challenge or something like that. So that is our next planned race with the Supermotor, unless something changes or something comes up. So for right now, we're signing off. We appreciate you guys watching it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks to everyone who helps us out. Work Speed Performance Parts, KT Heating and Air, Fatdaddys crew out of Lafayette, Hammers Grading, Vinson Race Engines, Brinn Transmission, Penske Shocks, Capital Race Cars, Gorsuch Performance, Stop Tech Brakes. Thanks to each and every one of you on here. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe. We'll catch you guys probably Wednesday night.